Da etosu edionu won fempemienu ni edionu ni enumu wo memusam ena afe ya ma hodwo sonsama ya boaboa no emre asesa mede besomo ewo diamond kasia so kasia bono ensema ebedimu akutini bi enese national security operatives awomo ebura wonmonyafo ns adesin fie no eyade awomo ewie sika ena afe so wegudie wei afiyera afenyoma ken aseye na yera afenyoma ken na wode sembia babetodwa wo chemu se NPP ena afenso Koforidia High Court wo mo ne Ghana ban aka wo ho abom ena wo eyade wo pese wogu akotia MP no enimu ase yebebu ewura ensem no emu YEA Labor Ministry aka wo ho abom ebue work abroad program edema edjumayefo nyina se ne ebeye wo mbetimi aye adwuma afenso na eyade a aban we trap mining license what the ma wona after December 7th wo mugie nyina sa license nyina we twene nyina mu ye borua kasebo ni mu a ye bebo ewura sa ensem no mu ensem we ni ahodo enananwume ma boabo no amede ba beso mu e wo diamond no nsia kase so kasebo no mede aseda ebe ma diamond ground real estate diamond ground travel and tour Diamond Ground Real Estate say enanwume wo passa sekroje wo passa asiatode a na enhwe ba bia se wo mo aso ye hwehwe wo metwa kwan na beje wo de Diamond Ground Travel and also for wo se fa kwento krata se biara fa bedan wo be hye na waye bibira kama edi ama wo pe na twa kwan so de wo munyina wo wala passa bora number 5 wo mo ne Diamond TV na wo dan krona mu obetimi so afrem payefo e wo 0552 487 385 0552 487 385. I mean, first done so Emma Belite Enterprise said, and then you may what the Yama Fufu cry if I'm on a abba. I can't papa and into this open headlight, tail light, bumpers, and I baby I this specky car be an uko piemo, our Belite. I say, yeah, was Sir Ebeke be nature quino, and ya quanko, one kind hey ya, aboso kind City Light Junction. Freno, I was 0247888591 0247888591. I'm a son so elbow on kaya so with you ye papa padia na ha just lay empire so aba or beboa ama with ye ayefe ye papa hwehwe ha just lay empire twa kwan e wala pass abeka kwan na so one total filling station no and addition man na Fidelity Bank no wodru ho afre agya e was 0248045224 0248045224 na one haja ending komo enyuma kwai adarma enananwe wo mo ebo mechidom a mede diamond kase eba beso mo me a mede kase boy ebra medin edema o sekponyama ya dan ye ho embra ye bra mede kase bo ne ntwemu ebeto aso. For mesamo bibiara kwa babium diamond kasia su enye afei kasia boni nchemu ankasa eni minority leader anasi ekopiemo ewo mrahye bedwemu a dom kuma wo ho ne wonpanyi a woda wona animon monyafo Alexander Afenyoma Ken eden sembi awabetodwa wo chemu se aya national security operatives ya wo mo ebowura yewura Ernest Adese ne fie ya wo mo ekohwehwe eniamemu no sisi ya ne mu kasa die wosusu se eyade wewie sika puduo pa emu odu ena afenso ne yeri agudia ne bo edin ye papa ayira ewo fie ho a wosusu se sankofo ya wo mo ebowura fie ho ena wo mo afasa eniama yi wode sansemwe etudwa ewo mahwebedwemu enrada.
For the governor, some 10,000 cedis on his bed could not be found. So some of these hungry party foot soldiers that they use, who parade themselves as national security operatives, after all, perhaps not even being paid and they use this opportunity to steal. The governor's wife's earrings and necklaces were also not traced. They couldn't be found. In other words, those operatives stole these earrings and necklaces. Ghana is a mature democracy, and we should do better. 3 cars, official vehicles of the governor were also taken away, only to be informed later that they've been parked somewhere, so he should send his drivers to go and pick them. Around 4:30, a call came from this same Richard Jakpa. Now, the question is, why this? Like we indicated earlier, our country has no room for lawlessness. These actions undermine democracy and weigh down investor confidence. If you have people investing in your country and they see these things happening to appointees, obviously it will lead to capital flight. Even the citizens of Ghana will not feel safe. They will withdraw from the financial sector. They will not keep their money here, and that would affect governance and the growth of our economy. We call on government to quickly bring a stop to these dastardly acts. These acts of intimidation and terror are relics of the past. They have no place in our democracy. Soon it could lead to some self-protection mechanisms from citizens and people whose lives and property feel threatened. We are a nation of laws. Even legitimate investigations or inquiries should be done in accordance with the law. We are not against accountability, but we are against human rights abuses and lawless conduct and excesses of the security operatives of the state. NDC should not reduce this country to a lawless state where people believe they can take the law into their own hands and intimidate others. Today, they have 187 seats and they have the presidency. They should not forget. Now, not long ago, we had 169 and also had the presidency. They shouldn't forget that not long ago, they had 133 seats and we had only 61 seats when we had a 200-member chamber. They should not forget that within 4 years, our 61 increased to more than 100 seats, and we were in majority in this chamber. This vicious cycle of using power to intimidate must cease. I conclude by calling on President John Dramani Mahama. We know him as a moderate politician, respected politician. He served his country, had a first term, lost elections. The Ghanaian people have given him another mandate to do his final term, which is a constitutional power mandate given him. He should leave a legacy. Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, please leave a legacy. Let it be said that even if there were excesses in the exercise of executive power, when you had the opportunity, you changed it for good and own that legacy in your name, Your Excellency. We're tired of the intimidation, the attacks, and the hypocrisy. We were told that Jakpa's first attack on Ken Ofori-Atta was not authorized. Today, the same Jakpa, leading armed police, armed military, and so-called party thugs who parade on the streets of Accra as security operatives, terrorizing and traumatizing a respected Ghanaian citizen who has dedicated the better part of his life to serve his country. Now, to Dr. Addison's dear wife, we say to you that take it easy. God be with you and your entire family. In fact, let me add that I visited the family last night around 10:30 p.m. I was with them. Dr. Addison himself, though traumatized, was of visiting his office where the CCTV monitor was. And it was unfortunate the way Jakpa and his men carried themselves, dismantling the CCTV monitor. If indeed they knew that they were on a lawful path, why dismantle the CCTV monitor? Why take the monitor away and all? I believe that we don't need this as a country. Meanwhile, we also want to register these protests regarding the arrest of Oketechie Afrifa-Mensah last night. Although he was released last night, we strongly protest his arrest by state security operatives in that Rambo style. Let's enforce the laws with a human face. We rest our case. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Who does the tree?
For yatwa kasia border so dia na yeguswa ye wo yera afenyoma ken nsensem na wode nsem bia ba betudwa wo kire mu se ade a eye aban no na afen so no Koforidia High Court waka wo ho akweti MP no wo mone no ebedi ne nyonyonyo ye papa enu nti no ensem no ese ye bowura ensem no na ye hwehwe mu ye pa
of the National Investigation Bureau. Clearly, there is collusion between the government and the High Court Koforidia to use their own set of laws in our country. How can the minister tell us that the court order could be enforced by the National Security Coordinator's rep in Eastern Region, and the rep, upon receipt of the so-called court order, also forwarded it to the National Investigation Bureau? With the greatest respect, that is not how our laws work. When there is a court order, it is for the registrar to assign a bailiff for the purposes of enforcing the order. This was a situation where the Supreme Court had already frozen the enforcement of that order. So for a week after the ruling of the court, to hear that now state security operatives were harassing the member of parliament in his constituency, but for the intervention of his constituents, they were armed with pickup vehicles, and in fact they actually pulled a weapon, a pistol, on the MP, trying to threaten him.